Hi everyone, my name is Pankaj Tiwari and I am part of Global Distributed Database Service team, and I am here to talk about developing an AI bot powered by RAG and Oracle Database 23 AI. So before jumping directly into the presentation part, I'll just talk about like highly overview of the presentation, how the presentation is going to look like. So as you have already used ChatGPT or some Gemini app, where you basically give prompt questions, you get some responses. The similar way, this RAG chatbot, which you can build within 1 day or in 2 days, and any customer can use this chatbot if they are a cloud access users. Okay, so yeah, so here if you see, right, we have a user input which gives an questions to the RAG chatbot. It directly goes to the OCI Gen AI. Then we have an encoder decoder model. So if you are using local embeddings, then you can go for Hugging Face. If you are using not using local embedding, then you can go for Cohere embedding. So using Cohere embedding, the embedding will get generated. So what is the embedding? Embedding is nothing. It's just like a numerical representation of your sentences. What are the questions you are asking? That numerical representation will get generated, right? So basically what will happen is, right, we have a lot of RAG documents. RAG is nothing, it's a retrieval augment generation, where you will be having a lot of documents. These all the documents will get converted into embeddings, and we basically store all the embedding inside our 23i vector database, or it's a chroma db, which is an in-memory database, or it's a files db, which basically used by the Facebook users. But yeah, it's a kind of also a in-memory database which you can use for this purpose. So once the user asks the question goes to the RAG chatbot, it goes to the OCI Gen AI, OCI Gen AI encodes using embedding, then it basically try to search using the vector search, okay, into the database. Let's say, for example, 23i vector database, and then there is a distance strategy. What it does is, it basically, if you are using dot product or if you are using cosine formula, based on that, it will try to fetch the exact result, and it will use the retriever, which you can consider as a decoder, which basically try to fetch the information for the OCI Gen AI. It goes to the chatbot where the user can see the responses. So that was a highly overview. And then now I'd like to jump into the coding section. So if you are a cloud user and you have a tenancy access, you should make sure that you have a authentication, OCI session authenticate. Okay, so once you do access and authenticate, currently the R code works on the Chicago region. So what you can do as a Chicago region, you can see 56. Let's provide the 56. You can provide tenancy level access. For me, it's a BMC operator access. So yeah, I just give a tenancy access. Okay. So authorization completed. Now what you can do is, like, you can just put your default config file. Okay, you make it as a default. Now the chatbot is ready. What you can do is, like, you can just start running your chatbot. Okay, once you start running your chatbot, you have to run this exp.sh file. Okay, so these all the documents, these all the things are already document. So here you can see, right, our UI has started appearing here. And in the downside, if you see, right, we are already storing these PDF files globally distributed, and these all the pages are getting converted into chunks, breaking into chunks. After chunks, we are generating the embeddings. Our HF embedding model CBGR, large environment 1.5 BAI models. Okay, and if you want to see where you can put your all the PDF documents, so here you can, there's a section of PDF folder where you can put your PDF documents, and automatically the embeddings will get generated. Okay, so before this gets converted into the embeddings, our chatbot will open. I'll just talk about little bit coding section here. So the coding section is mostly, if you see here, there is a file. I'll just quickly talk about the file. uh, this is the file which we ran it, and it basically calls this files. Okay, in this file, when we basically ask the question, right, we basically ask the question from the chat, and then that question will basically search for the answer. So in this answer, you can see we have a RAG chain. What is this RAG chain? RAG chain has actually total number of steps, where you can see, like, we load all the pages, we basically split into the chunks all the pages, then we basically generate the embeddings model, then we create a vector store, then we create a retriever, we build a LLM using OCI Gen AI. Then there is a template which you can see, refer it. And in this RAG chain, we have a retriever. Here you can see, and then we have a LLM. So basically, that's the way we basically initialize our RAG chain. So whenever we ask the questions, okay, we get the answer using the RAG chain, and the question goes here, and then it basically fetch the answers. And we can also, so I can just quickly show to the, go to the demo part. So here you can see we already have a open chatbot using the RAG. Okay. Now let's say I'm just asking a small question, right? I'm just telling someone here, hi XYZ. I already added a 7 PDF files. Well, let's see whether it is able to find that answer or not. Okay. So yeah, let's see what the response is coming here. Okay. So let's wait. We are waiting for the response here. And here you can see, based on the provided guide, you are currently viewed tutorial or guide. Okay, can I help you with this? So yeah, it doesn't have actually. Please let me know if you would provide more detail. Feel free to ask any technical question, or it doesn't have any details, right? Because the PDF files which we have provided, it doesn't have any information, right? So we are not happy. We can provide the feedback that we are not happy, and we will take care of that feedback. Okay. So that's we have submitted the feedback, and let's say the customer comes, right? He asks some nasty question. Customer comes and he asks some nasty question that he doesn't know the answer of that question. And we have already added one PDF file that's called a troubleshooting PDF. If you see here in the PDF files, we have a troubleshooting PDF. There are a lot of questions for the customer in terms of the 23IE database or the sharding. So here's one of the question which I have copied pasted here. I'm encountering issue by performing create shard database. Once I clicked here, you can see uh, what is the response it is trying to get it. Let's wait for the response. Okay. So yeah, we can see here. So yeah, here we can see. So the error GSM SQL no more data to read from occurred. It is this, and then it basically when we try to run from our side, we found like the accuracy is 95% for getting this answer. It is exactly the same answer which a customer is looking. So if you are going to have a more productivity in terms of troubleshooting, similarly for the developer productivity and for other productivity, this is one of the chatbot which can help you on a daily basis. So you can go ahead and customize this chatbot and try to get a help. All the code of this chatbot is put inside the GitHub repository. In the GitHub, you can see I'll just share you with this repo, okay, which is like sustainable development. Inside that we have a Python RAG chatbot. It has a README file, what all the things you have to do. Everything is documented here. How to build completely end-to-end solution. Everything is documented. Okay, and currently we have put these PDF files for the reference paper. These are the public documents. You can put your PDF file and start playing with this chatbot. Okay, and I have also like already shown you, Miss, right, Miss, how the answers and questions comes. I can also talk about like how it gets stored into the database. I have already added everything into the database. So if you see here, we have an embedding site. This is like a 23 vector database. How the 23 vector database store these embeddings. So embeddings, you can see it's a numerical representation of each and every sentences or whatever PDF we have generated. So all the embeddings are here, and it has a metadata from which PDF this embedding has come. So I can just show you one of the PDFs like globally distributed database guide. So yeah, from there, this embedding has come. So yeah, so here you can see we have all the PDF files and all the embeddings with the metadata. So through metadata, you can try to find right from which what is the source of your embedding. So you can just directly get the sources, and that everything will be available inside your Oracle 23 vector database. Similarly, if you are going for a what I in-memory database, okay, so if you go for in-memory database, so the things will get stored like this. These were the embeddings, but you will not see any of the metadata. You will not see any other stuff. So this is like the for the Chroma DB, and this is for the Oracle 23 AI vector database, which has the ID, text, metadata, and embeddings. Whereas if you go for the Chroma DB, you will see directly only the embedding using which is generated using BAI large event model, but you will not be able to try to find the metadata, the ID, and other stuff. So that is one of the things. So okay, so now I'll just these all the mainly the thing. Now I'll just directly show you one more stuff. So the last step is here you can see we have an enterprise users. He's basically going to use Chroma DB, 5GB, and what is the benefit of using Oracle 23i. So here are the advantages of enterprise users who is going to use 23i RAG chatbot. They will get a better performance as compared to any other database. We can have we basically support more than terabyte and more than petabyte of data. Our scalability much better than any of the other database. We have a fully globally distributed database which is available in like multiple regions. We have more than 40 plus data centers, which increases the scalability much more higher than any of the other databases. Okay, our security is one of the biggest achievement which basically none of the other database company has secured, and we have multiple bigger customers as compared to any of the other database company, right? So the security we cannot compromise, and we also have a service of globally distributed. So basically, there is a data sovereignty law which our Oracle 23 AI supports, but none of the other database has supported that much scalable distributed database in any of that country like our Oracle 23 AI database. So these are the best features which we will try to refer every customer to start using it and start working with the OCI Gen AI and Oracle 23 AI databases for developing their RAG chatbot and start developing the developer use case. So yeah, so that's totally from our side.